Hello and welcome to Software Palace. My name is Oliver and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite programs called VMware. VMware is a program that allows you to have virtual machines on your computer. So what is a virtual machine then? Well, it's like if you have another computer inside your computer, a virtual computer, a digital computer, with another operating system, or it could be the same, but most people use another operating system than the physical computer has. So for example, I'm running Windows 11 on my computer, and let's say that I want to use Windows 7 for a bit. Yeah, instead of just going to and buy a computer running Windows 7 or downgrade my computer to Windows 7, I could just use it in a virtual machine. So I install it in a program, in this case VMware. There's other virtualization programs as well, such as VirtualBox, but I prefer VMware. So we have installed in VMware, and then you have a Windows 7 computer inside your computer, your Windows 11 computer. So what I'm going to do today is to show you how VMware works, and I'm also going to show you a virtual machine, actually a Windows 7 machine. So, VMware runs on macOS, Windows, and Linux, and I'm going to do this on Windows 11. Let's begin. So the first thing I'm going to do is to open my Start menu by pressing the Windows key.
Start window.
And then press V, as in VMware.
The VMware Workstation 16 player.
And then press Enter.
The VMware Workstation 16 player, row 2, column 2, 4.
Okay, now we are in VMware. So VMware, when you first open it, is a list with all the virtual machines you have opened with VMware. So it's not enough to just have the virtual machine on your hard drive. You also have to open it with VMware, which is pretty simple. You just locate the .vmx file and open it with VMware. You can also create virtual machines with VMware, and then you have it in VMware automatically, and you select where in the computer you want the virtual machine and things like that. So here's a list of all the virtual machines I have opened with VMware. So you navigate in this list with the up and down arrow keys. So let's begin.
Windows XP 2 of 7. Windows 7 3 of 7. SV Windows Vista 4 of 7. SV Windows 7 5 of 7. Cloud Ready Home 6 of 7. Ubuntu 7 of 7.
So here's the different operating systems or the virtual machines I have here. You maybe notice that he's saying SV in the beginning of some of them. That's my own decision that I wanted, because that means that the virtual machine is in Swedish, because I have both English and Swedish virtual machines here. So it will not do it automatically. I have named them SV underline. Well, I'm going to show you, before I boot up the Windows 7 virtual machine, I'm going to show you the beginning of the process of creating a virtual machine. I'm not going to finish it, but I'm going to show you the beginning. So if you press Control N when you're in VMware, this will happen.
New Virtual Machine Wizard dialog. Dialog install from. I will install the operating system later, radio button checked, Alt+S.
So here you have three options. You have I will install the operating system later, and you have
Installer disk.
This is if you have a physical install CD with an operating system, and
Installer disk image file, ISO.
If you have an ISO file with the installation. I'm going to check I'll install the operating system later. That means that you insert the physical CD or the ISO file later, but you'll still create a computer, so you will have an empty hard drive. So let's click on
I will install the operating system later.
Press Enter.
Dialog. Guest operating system grouping. Apple Mac OS X radio button checked.
So we have different options here. The first one, if you press the home key, is, or wait, let's go up with the arrow key.
Microsoft Windows radio button checked.
Microsoft Windows. Here you have everything from Windows 3.1 to Windows 10. Yeah, you can run Windows 3.1 in VMware. That's pretty cool. The next one is
Linux radio button checked.
Linux. You have a lot of Linux versions here, and I'm not an expert of Linux, so I can't tell you that much of it. But you have, for example, Ubuntu and things like that. You also have
Apple Mac OS X.
Apple Mac OS X if you want to have a Mac OS virtual machine. This is something you have to unlock, so Mac OS will not be there by default. And you also have other, where you can install, for example, MS-DOS and things like that. Let's go with Microsoft Windows. So we are going to go up to it.
Apple Linux Radio Microsoft Windows.
And then press Tab.
Version grouping. Version combo box Windows 10 and later x64 collab.
Windows 10 and later. So I guess it supports Windows 11 already. And probably in the future there will be an option for Windows 11 in VMware. So why not do this? Press Tab.
Help button.
Again.
Less back button Alt plus B. Next greater button Alt plus N.
Press Enter.
Dialog. Virtual machine name. Edit Alt plus V selected Windows 10 and later x64.
Here's the name. I'm not going to change it, so let's continue.
Location. Edit Alt plus L selected C.
There's a location where it will place it. By default, it's in your Documents folder, but you can change it.
Browse.
If you want to browse, or where you want to place it.
Less back button Alt plus B. Next greater button Alt plus N.
Enter.
Unavailable. Property page. The virtual machine's hard disk is stored as one or more files on the host computer's physical disk. These files start small and become larger as you add applications, files, and data to your virtual machine. Splitting the disk makes it easier to move the virtual machine to another computer but may reduce performance with very large disks. Maximum disk size, GB.
So here you type the maximum, this is a text field. By default, it's different depending on which operating system you choose. Now it says 60 GB. Well, if I have wished to create this virtual machine, I would make it bigger. But now this will just be a demo, so let's continue.
Split virtual disk into multiple files.
Yeah, that's the thing he talked about in the beginning when this dialog popped up. I'll usually store the virtual disk as a single file, so I'm going to do it now with either the up or down arrow, it doesn't matter.
Store virtual disk as a single file radio.
And then continue with Tab.
Help button. Less back button Alt plus B. Next greater button Alt plus N.
Enter.
Unavailable. Dialog. The virtual machine will be created with the following settings. List.
Here is a list of all the settings that a virtual machine will have. For example, how many cores from the processor it will use, and how much of your memory it will take, and how big the hard drive will be, and things like that. If you press Tab,
Customize hardware.
If you want to customize it, you can do it later too. But I'm going to quit here because I don't want to continue. So,
Less back button Alt plus B. Finish button. Cancel button. VMware Workstation 16 player. List.
And now we are back in the list, so no virtual machine is created. Now I'm going to boot up Windows 7. The English version of Windows 7, of course. So let's go to the top of the list.
Home
and down arrow.
Windows XP 2 of 7. Windows 7 3 of 7.
Yeah. To launch the virtual machine, you press Alt L, L as in launch. So let's do it.
Pane.
Now we are focusing on your physical computer. If you want to move into the virtual machine so it controls it with the mouse and the keyboard, press Ctrl G. Now I did it. Let's wait for Windows 7 to boot up. It will not take that long. So, we are in Windows 7. Now we're waiting for JAWS to boot up.
JAWS 40-minute mode.
So, JAWS has booted up. So let's see if I'm in Windows 7 or not. I'm going to press the Windows key to get to the Start menu.
Menu. Search box edit. Type text in this edit field or press up or down arrow to move through items.
I'm using Microsoft Anna, which you probably heard, and I know that most of you don't like her, but I have not installed Vocalizer or a better sappy voice on this thing yet, because that's something I'm going to show you how to do later. So let's navigate a bit in the Start menu.
Blank. All programs submenu. NVDA. 10. Remote desktop connection. 9 of 10. Windows fax and scan. 8 of 10. XPS viewer. 7 of 10. Paint. 6 of 10.
I'm not going to show you everything here. So, you also have a very nice feature in VMware that is called shared folders. So, what shared folders then? Well, it makes it possible for you to browse your files on your real system with the virtual machine through the network inside your computer. So it will be on different places in different operating systems. In Windows 7, you can see shared folders in, if you press Windows E and get to the Explorer. And I think it's the same for Windows Vista and Windows XP. And before Windows XP, if I remember correctly, you had to open a folder called Network on your desktop and then browse for it. So let's press Escape to leave the Stop menu.
Escape. Leaving menus. Start button.
Press Windows E.
Windows E. Computer. Items view.
And press S as in shared folders.
S. Network location expanded. Shared folders VMware.
Enter.
Enter. Computer. Items viewed multi-select list box. Not selected.
So, Oliver, with a strange pronunciation. Here I have my user folder. I'm not going to open it because, well, I don't want to show you all my private files and stuff. So I'm going to close this with Alt F4.
Alt F for Start button. To open, press Enter.
So this is working very fine. But now I'm going to show you the menu bar in VMware. So to get back to your computer, you press Ctrl Alt.
Windows 7 VMware Workstation 16 player.
And press the Alt key to get to the menu.
Toolbar. Player Alt plus P. File submenu F.
File submenu. Here, this is the menu to, open a virtual machine, for example, and things like that. But let's continue.
Power submenu P.
Power. Here, if you press the right arrow, you have
Power on unavailable P. Shut down guest O. Suspend guest S. Restart guest R. Power on unavailable
We're
P.
going to go back with the left arrow key to the menu
Power submenu.
and continue down.
Removable devices submenu
This
off.
is interesting. If you have USBs or something connected to your computer and you want to connect it to the virtual machine, you can choose them here. So why not choose my Braille display that I have connected to my computer? So press the right arrow key.
CD/DVD.
That's a CD player.
Network adapter.
Network.
Printer submenu.
Printer.
Sound card.
The sound card.
Future devices Braille X.
That's my Braille display. So let's press the right arrow key.
Connect. Disconnect from host.
And press Enter.
Windows.
Now it's connected to the virtual machine. So now I may see on my Braille display all the things, because it's connected to JAWS and I have already configured the settings for the Braille display, I may see it in JAWS. So this is Very cool. And this, of course, works with, USB drives and things like that. But let's show you the rest of the menu.
Toolbar.
It
Windows.
quit the menu when I pressed enter, so we are going to go back.
Toolbar. SnapNet. File. Power sub. Removable device. Send CTRL plus Alt plus Del C.
I'm not sure what that is.
Manage submenu F.
Man, is here you can do this.
Reinstall VMware Tools.
VMware Tools is a very good feature that enables shared folders, so you can't use it before, but it also makes the VM to run faster and smoother, and it also enables a feature to drag and drop files from your real system to the virtual machine. So, and of course you can drag files from the virtual machine out to your real computer as well. So let's continue down.
Full screen CTRL.
That's if you want to have the VM in full screen.
Unity unavailable U. Help submenu H.
And here you can check for updates and read manuals and things like that. So let's quit the menu.
Toolbar. Windows 7.
And press Alt G to get back for now, because now we are going to turn this thing off. You can mess around with this, you can browse the internet and things like that. But I'm not going to show you the rest of this, because this is not a video about Windows 7, it's a video about VMware. So Control G.
Pane.
Press the Windows key to get... Okay, there's more than one way to turn off Windows 7, but my favorite way is to use the shutdown button in the start menu. So let's press the Windows key.
Menu.
And press the right arrow key.
Shutdown split button has pop up.
And enter.
Enter.
Now VMware will close automatically, so you don't get to the list of your virtual machines.
Windows 7 VMware Workstation 16 Audacity.
And now I'm back in my recording program, Audacity. Maybe you also heard the Windows 11 sound for removable devices. That's because now my Braille display is reconnected to my physical computer when the VM shut down. So, that's all for this video. If you have any questions or something, you can write a comment below, or you can also send an email to us at softwarepalace18@gmail.com. I'll put the email in the description as well. So, I hope you like this. Bye.